Hey everybody, we are just leaving. This is kind of not holding up.
Do you want me to hold it?
You might have to, or I can get down here. We're just leaving Johnson Creek, the Culvers in Johnson Creek, Wisconsin, after having a great event at Cargo Coffee in Madison.
That's me. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Oops.
Safety first. Let's get that seatbelt on.
I thought I had it.
And on our way to Milwaukee, it is so great to be back in Wisconsin. We were here a little bit more than a month ago. Actually, the three of us, we went to Milwaukee Area Technical College in Milwaukee, and then we went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison and just had great conversations with students at those two extraordinary institutions. And then got in last night. We had an event in Dubuque, Iowa. Thank you, Murphy family. And drove the 2 hours, más o menos, to Madison. Woke up bright and early this morning. Saw our great friend Mark Pocan and at the Old Fashioned,
The old
which I think pours more Old Fashions than any other Old Fashioned serving institution in America. And we did not have one, by the way, for breakfast, even though it's St. Patrick's Day. Then we made the short drive over to Cargo Coffee, and our thanks to the folks at Cargo and everyone who showed up, the folks who could get inside and the people who listened outside and welcomed us, were the first to welcome us when we were walking in. So great start to the day so far, day 4 of this campaign to serve you as the next president of the United States. And now driving through this beautiful Wisconsin countryside, and just having finished a healthy part of a Wisconsin staple, which is the Culver's meal. I had a mix of cheese curds, a chicken sandwich, cheddar cheese dipped fries, and some chocolate custard, and it was excellent. So feeling good. And I'm here with Chris, who you might be able to see just over my right shoulder. That's Chris, and with Cynthia, who's riding shotgun and running the show here in this Dodge Grand Caravan. So thanks to everyone who's shown up over the last 3.5 days, all throughout southeastern and northeastern Iowa, and then the folks again who came out today in Wisconsin, and all of you who are following from wherever you are in the country. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. And special thanks to our friends and family back home in El Paso. If you want to be part of this, if you want to support what we're doing in a campaign that seeks to be the largest grassroots effort in the nation's history, you can go to Beto O'Rourke.com and you can sign up. We would love to have you as a volunteer and someone who's going to help organize in your community. You can also make a donation there. $5, $10, $15 goes a long way in a campaign that accepts no PAC contributions, takes no money from lobbyists, is driven and led by people, not corporations. So you want to maybe remove it from the whole, just maybe the best way for us to get there.
Flip it. Where's the flipping
thing? The flip is right there.
There we go.
Oh, no, that's not the flip.
No.
That's the flip.
Hey,
that's the flip.
Better.
All right. Yes, so.
Hey, Chris.
What's up? Hey, Milwaukee.
Here we go. Look at all this pretty land. Yeah. Show all that right there. So pretty.
Cynthia, I don't know if you know this, but my mom's family, well, my mom's family, so my grandmother on my mom's side, comes from Wisconsin, and from the Milwaukee, Racine, I know that you can pronounce it either way, area. My grandmother, who was a Brooks, Charlotte Brooks, grew up in Wisconsin and then ultimately moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico, where she met my grandfather on my mom's side, who is from Georgia, who was serving in the Air Force and was stationed in Albuquerque. And the two met there, ultimately moved down to El Paso, Texas. And in 1951, they started a furniture store named after my grandmother, because my grandmother was the one who was running it, which was not necessarily a common thing back in 1951 in El Paso or in America, for a woman to start and run a business, Charlotte's Furniture, which after my grandmother had retired, my mom, Melissa, ran the business, and my sister Charlotte, named after my grandmother, worked there. So we've got some roots here, and I saw some members of the Brooks family earlier today at Cargo Coffee in Madison. So Allison Brooks and the other members of the family who came out this morning, and who unfortunately were waiting outside because the inside was oversubscribed. Thank you for coming out and for welcoming us and for reminding us of our roots here in Wisconsin. Everyone who just said hi in Johnson Creek at the Culvers there, thank you for coming up and saying hello, and also being so warm and welcoming. And then maybe most importantly of all, thanks to Sam, who is this young kid who was on his dad's shoulders at our event in Madison at Cargo Coffee, who when handed the microphone said, will you be nice?
Be nice.
Be nice. That was his message.
Yes.
2 words, be nice. And we said, we're with you, Sam. You're our leader on this. We're going to be good to each other, kind and respectful, even to those who are running for the same position, even to those, and maybe especially to those of another political party, or who live in another part of the country, or who have a different background than we do. Let's be nice to everyone, respectful to everyone, kind and decent to everyone, treat everyone with dignity and respect. I think that's the way forward for the country.
But there are 2 things.
Yes.
One. Folks want to know if they can't donate online, what's the address to send in a check? And I have one, and so I'm going to read it. It's P.O. Box 3628, El Paso, Texas 79923. I'll say that again. P.O. Box 3628, El Paso, Texas 79923. So if you can't donate online or choose not to, you can also send in a check there, and we really appreciate all the support. And number 2, what is the button on your shirt? What is that?
So I forgot to bring a green shirt for St. Patrick's Day, but I was given 2 things to make up for it. One was a necklace at the end of which was a big green cabbage.
I've never seen a cabbage.
That Colleen gave to me. Thank you, Colleen, if you're out there.
Yay, Colleen!
Much love to you and gratitude for the cabbage St. Patrick's necklace that you gave to me bright and early this morning at the Old Fashioned. I have since given that to someone else who did not have any green on, so we are passing it forward, or paying it forward. But I was also given this pin, which is green, but also is reminiscent of, Mark Pocan told me, of the chairs out on the deck at the University of Wisconsin at Madison that have this same design. And so it's evocative not only of Ireland and St. Patrick, but also of the University of Wisconsin. So go Badgers. Yeah, so that's the pin.
Cool.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody, by the way.
That's right.
So I'm thinking today, and I've got to make a phone call to him, of very good family friend in El Paso named Jack Maxon, who with my dad started a race called the St. Patrick's Day Challenge in El Paso. And that race took you over the Franklin Mountains, which are part of the Rocky Mountain chain. And it was a tough, grueling 10-mile race, and they would begin that race with a pint of beer, Cynthia and Chris, before they started. And then sometimes it is alleged, decent, that they would have a bottle of Jameson whiskey with them along the way.
You gotta take something when you're running a race.
Right. How you even run that 10-mile race at all, much less with alcohol in your system, is that's a question that only they can answer.
Right.
My dad passed away in 2001, but still very present in my life and in our family's life. And then obviously really thinking about him today. Pat Francis O'Rourke, rest in peace. thinking about you and gonna give a call to Jack Maxon later. But Jack, you and Carol are out there. Saludos. We are thinking about you all on St. Patty's Day. When my dad's later years, they would meet at the Cincinnati Club on Cincinnati Street in El Paso. He and Maxon and Earl, Jack Maxon's brother, and a bunch of other great people, and just enjoy St. Pat's in style.
Cool. Hey,
So,
Beto.
yes.
A request.
Yep.
Lana is saying, can you please ask Beto to say happy birthday to my daughter, Hannah? She's 21 today.
Hannah, happy birthday to you. Hope this is the best day in the best year of your life so far, and I hope they only get better from here. Hope that you will be celebrating. I love that you have a St. Patrick's Day birthday, and so we're wishing you good things in life and a very, very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Hannah.
Also, Hannah, please make sure to register if you have not to vote.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're registered.
Absolutely.
All right. A lot of
Cynthia, you're reading these comments. It's
I'm
so
trying.
helpful.
I'm trying,
Because
Beto.
the great thing about Facebook Live stream is it Facebook Live or Facebook Live stream? What do we?
I think it's,
What's the trademark
let's just
name?
go live. Let's do Facebook Live. Yeah.
The great thing about Facebook Live is that it is a two-way transmission. So
Right.
we're sending, but we're also receiving. So
That's right.
your comments, your questions, Cindy is going to do her best to read them out loud to me.
I have another one.
Okay, go for
All
it.
right, here we go from Patricia. She's saying, welcome to Wisconsin. Please make sure to try cheese curds.
Patricia, on St. Patrick's Day, this is kind of your day. I just had some cheese curds, and they're really good, salty and fried, and just really yummy. So did that, and I also had our friend Tanya insisted that I have the custard. She said it's ice cream, but just thicker and better, and it was really, really good. And I also had the cheddar dipped fries. In El Paso, I was explaining to Tanya, and the El Pasoans on the stream can back me up. You know, you can have nacho cheese, and you can kind of have the commercial nacho cheese. You can have special nacho cheese that a given restaurant will prepare, but you will also have chile con queso,
Yeah.
which is draped over maybe your eggs or your machaca
Delicious.
or your steak or whatever you're eating. So that's the way we experience cheese in El Paso. Among other ways, we also buy some of your Wisconsin cheddar there, but we take our dairy products very seriously in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
So
and I have,
our gratitude,
Yep.
big ups to all the dairy farmers out there for the experience that we just enjoyed and for what you contribute to the goodness in this country.
So Ginger is saying, get a Kringle in Racine. What is a Kringle?
Is it a donut?
Maybe.
I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Or is it a cake that's got some kind of fruit filling?
Please inform us. What
Is it a
Kringle?
Swedish?
Yeah, I think it's a cookie, like a
Is it?
cookie.
I don't know what it is. So if anybody knows
Is it an
Ask for
animal?
this fan.
a Kringle, what
Like
is
an
it?
oven.
What's a Kringle? A Racine Kringle?
And for those watching from the town in question, is it Racine or Racine? I have heard both. And again, have family who are from that area.
Yeah, so many folks that watched our live streams before are watching and say hi. Your sister Charlotte is on.
Charlotte just had a birthday 3 days ago on March 14th. So she's kind of a St. Patrick's Day baby, or
Yeah.
close to. Charlotte, hope you're having a wonderful day. It's beautiful here in Wisconsin. And our thanks to the woman that we met yesterday in Independence, Iowa, who at the town hall said, hey, why don't you live stream? She said, I was following you all across Texas from Iowa. And I loved that after you'd visit a town, you would then live stream on the drive to the next town and just kind of describe what you had learned. And I thought that was real helpful suggestion from her. And it's a great way to stay connected with everyone who wants to be part of this campaign. So thank you, ma'am. I forgot her name. I don't know if I heard it. But
Yeah, no, I've heard the same thing. A lot of folks have told me the same, that, they really like not only to kind of follow along with what you're doing, but the conversations, the candid conversations, feel like they get to know you a little bit better. And so, yeah, we will make sure that we do a little bit more of those. Some folks saying that they are eating at the Good Luck Cafe, had some menudo this morning.
right on.
Yeah.
It opened 24 hours
Is it?
on Alameda. Yeah,
Wow.
I believe. But anyhow, to our friends at Good Luck, we say hello.
Wow. You know,
I've
yesterday,
spent some late nights, early mornings there in my younger years.
my daughter Isabel said that it was snowing in El Paso yesterday, and look at how beautiful it looks here.
Yeah, I really feel like the Midwest and the Southwest traded weather systems
Right?
yesterday, where it snowed in El Paso in mid-March, and where we were in Waterloo yesterday, it was just as sunny as it could be.
It's so beautiful.
And so
you ran.
I ran in North Liberty in a 5K, sub 25-minute race, which was better than my goal, although it really it was really just about everything I could do to do that.
Yeah.
But I got to run with some really nice people who were just really interesting, and also distracted me from the pain in my lungs and in my legs.
It was so cold. I don't know how you guys did it. And Chris was like in these little shorts.
He had no tights, and it was 28 degrees outside, maybe a little bit colder.
The warmth of the people around us.
So while I
Yeah.
was sitting in the car feeling warm, looking at you guys, I felt really bad because
Wait. We need to address this.
Yeah.
We were running a 5K,
Yeah.
and we're running, and we look over, and we're passing this van, and who's in the van? Cynthia.
That's
She's
right.
waving at us from the
That's
van.
right. I was safe and warm in the van. And then I see a little boy, probably like 10, running in a tank top and shorts.
Yeah.
I felt so bad. It's like, wow,
Yep.
that's tough. And he did good. He finished the race and did really good.
To my buddy Noah, who is from Albuquerque originally, and who is now practicing medicine in, I believe, North Liberty or near there, but moved to Iowa to do this, and also works at the VA. Thank you for running with me. He is in far better shape than I am, but I could tell kind of slowed down a little bit to pull me along. So really
Cool.
grateful for that, Noah, and just a cool guy. Plays music, practices medicine, had a great attitude about life, and loved running with him.
I got an update on a Kringle.
Give it to me.
So Betsy's saying a Kringle is like a large Danish pastry,
Oh, yeah.
oval-shaped and delish. Cherry, cheese, apple are all sweet, flaky yumminess.
Now, I think I said something to the effect, is that our reporter friend from the Washington Post?
That is. Let's see if she hears. Hey!
Jenna!
Yo!
Jenna!
So, I said, when you asked me about a Kringle earlier,
Yeah.
I said I think it's got fruit in it.
Yeah.
So when you said that there could be cherry and
Yeah.
other flavor, I want to
You're
say that
basically
maybe
right.
That
yeah.
sounds delicious.
I was
And
in the ballpark.
Right. We haven't done donuts in a while. Do not miss them. I know.
No,
Chris-
we don't have to do donuts anymore,
No more?
except for when we want to. We made donut eating a competition in
But
Texas,
everybody won.
and everybody won. Everybody won.
Hey, Ginger has an idea. She's saying, how about make community colleges a cornerstone of your higher education plan?
Done. And our thanks to the leaders, the trustees in these community college districts, the faculty, the staff, the students, for consistently and powerfully bringing this idea to our attention. And I've learned in El Paso, where we have early college high schools where you can earn up to an associate's degree, so that's 2 years of college in a public high school at no expense or debt to you. Saw in Fort Madison, Iowa, a couple of days ago, a high school that allows people to learn skills that will become their career. They're not just college ready, they're career ready when they graduate. Also able to earn a high wage in an in-demand profession that requires high skill without taking on debt. Community colleges are connected to these high schools that I'm talking about, and are going to be a big part of the solution to this challenge of student loan debt that totals more than $1.5 trillion and counting in this country right now. And so I think that affords us the best possible opportunity to get the greatest number of our fellow Americans access to higher education. But that's also got to include four-year universities. It's got to include graduate education for that Dr. Noah that I just met yesterday in North Liberty. It has also got to include a pathway into the apprenticeships and the unions, who also help to build the expertise and skill in the trades that literally build this country. So all of those are part of our educational solutions and our workforce solutions and our economic solutions, our small town and rural America solutions, and our big city and urban America solutions. So thank you for the suggestion. I'm all about the community colleges.
So Josue Rodriguez wants to know if folks want to get connected to the campaign, be a part of what we're doing. How do they do that?
Josue, thank you for asking. First and foremost, I'm going to try to come to you wherever you are in America and have a chance to listen to you in person. Until we get a chance to be together in the same room, you can go to BetoO'Rourke.com. You can sign up. You can make a $5 or $10 contribution. You can help us to put gas in this Dodge Grand Caravan. We are 900 miles into this trip. That's how many miles we put on the Dodge Grand Caravan in just the last 3.5 days. Help keep us on the road by making a donation at BetoO'Rourke.com. I don't know if you can see these people are trying to get the 18-wheeler to honk his horn.
I used to do that.
You got the kid who's doing this action.
Denied.
Yep, that's all right.
It's okay, next time.
That's all right. I'm glad that truck driver's got his eyes
focused
on the road.
Yeah.
Focused, is not worrying about someone doing this.
Right.
Although I did that too as a kid.
I did too,
I
yep.
remember that was like
Yep.
the greatest thrill to get.
Them to honk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Josue, thank you for the question, and thank you for any support that you're able to provide to us. We want this to be the largest grassroots effort the country has ever seen. No PACs at all whatsoever. No lobbyists, all people from all parts of the country coming together, not just around a candidate and in a campaign, and not just for someone from one party, but for all of us from everywhere, for everyone in this country. That's what this is about, and you can help to make it possible by signing up. It's BetoO'Rourke.com. And so, Cynthia, we're pretty close. Is there any last comment you want to read before we sign off, and we will tune back in later on?
I think the last one is folks are asking about. Oh, look, you're getting some thumbs up. Yay!
Thank you very much. Very grateful. Right on. Yay. Right on.
Like that.
Yeah.
I just never know how they recognize you while you're driving.
Yeah. I don't know, but that was nice.
I don't know that happens.
That was nice.
Very cool.
Aw.
So I think just one thing really quick before we sign off. Folks are curious about March 30th and your big event. And so I know we're working on that. And so just want to let everybody know that details will follow. We are
you want me to turn the camera around on you? Because I think you're working on that, right?
We are.
So bottom line, if you can, and you're in El Paso, join us on March 30th, where we're going to celebrate the official kickoff of this campaign. If you are able to come down and join us in El Paso, if you're not from El Paso, but you live somewhere else, and it's possible for you to do so, come down and be part of this. We would love to see you. El Paso, if you have not been to our community yet, is one of the most beautiful places anywhere on the planet. It's in the heart of the Chihuahuan Desert. It's at the foot of the Rocky Mountains. We call them the Franklin Mountains in our community. And it's connected with Ciudad Juarez, Mexico, forming the largest binational community in the hemisphere. And it's just extraordinarily beautiful, both visually, but also more importantly in the people who call El Paso home, and would love for you to have the chance to meet them and see that for yourself. So March 30th in El Paso, details to follow, but that's the plan, and we'd love to see you there.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, Bye-bye, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thanks to everybody in Wisconsin who has welcomed us so far. And thanks to everyone who in the last 3 days in Iowa made that trip so special for us. Gracias.
Bye.
Nos
Having a
vemos.
good weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.